Good afternoon, outdoor artist, and I'm starting here on the butterfly bush, which is doing very well this year and attracting lots of nice butterflies and bees. And in the background you can see progress continues on the electrical and drain lines. I've gotten quite a few of the electrical lines covered, at least partially covered. Obviously they're not finished grade yet and I've got a lot of cleanup to do, but that's coming along on schedule. Here's the spot that I had to perforate with the excavator, and that's actually a perforated drain line that I'll repair so that the French drain that comes down from beside the garage will continue out. Speaking of which, that perforated drain line comes down to here and goes under this lawn all the way out and into the woods. And I also set it up about 20 some years ago with a separate solid line for downspouts and other drains. And so as part of this, it looks like some kind of woodchuck got loose in here, but that's actually my work. And what I had done earlier is, you see here is the solid line that comes off the patio, and that's intended to take off any loose water off the patio and move it out. Obviously I've got to scrape a few of the stones that got in there as I was digging it up. I thought that went straight out, but I found out it took a curve in here somewhere. Not sure what I was thinking all these many years ago. So if you get down here close, you can see I found it in here, followed it out, and right about here it connects in quite deep to this line going across. So I'll continue excavating that out. My original plan was to bring this downspout from the house out and then around down through this ditch, but now that I found the final exit point over here, I'm going to go across this diagonal, if you see what I mean, to make that more direct route, because once that water comes down off the roof, it's shooting out pretty good and I don't want to interrupt its flow. So that'll require quite a bit more digging. Now the heat index here in upstate New York has been pretty close to 100 each day, so I start pretty early, and after about 2 hours I'm shot. So I'm only getting about 2 hours of work a day, although today it's starting to feel better. And one of the things I showed you last time, which I'll give you an update on, was this electrical panel for the golf cart and the hose reel concept, which worked out quite nicely. I took the tab from the hose reel and just attached it onto the back of the panel here, and it snugs in there nicely. I'll also put some caulk in there before I paint it, and that helps to protect this transformer. And then the power plug sits underneath the whole thing, and that's also in a weatherproof container. So that'll have some caps on both of these, and it'll be painted. And then this power cord, I've got some tabs that'll hold that up neatly on this side, and the downspout pipe will run underneath it. So that's all to be completed, but I'm pleased with how it's come out so far, and how that concept for the using a hose reel turned out to be a good one. Now, as I was digging this out, I happened to reflect on the original project, where there was quite a bit of digging for this French drain, but that was about over 20 years ago. And my son, who was about 14 at the time, helped me. And one day I said to him, "Hey, do you want to try to run this excavator?" And he said, "Sure." And I was surprised at how good he was at it. In fact, after about 5 minutes, he was better than I was, and then within half hour or so, he had pretty much proved that he was virtuoso level, so he did all the digging after that. I think interrupted one day by Bandcamp or something. And that was all, I attributed it to his video games and so forth. He was just got really adept at those kind of controllers. So to all you parents out there who are bemoaning the video games, think construction, heavy equipment operators. The world needs a lot of them. My son is not a heavy equipment operator at this point, but he probably could be if he wanted to be. But those skills can come in handy, and you want to think that over. But for the time being, this is the Outdoor Artist signing out.